You've had that feeling before. You know you have. That sinking feeling in your stomach when you realize you've just made a disastrous email blunder, like sending your entire office a nasty note meant for your ex-boyfriend. It can happen in a nanosecond, the same amount of time it could take for your career to end when you hit the wrong key at the wrong time to the wrong people. All of them.
This tire commercial that ran during the Super Bowl in 2010 probably made you smile. But it made ad man Bill Cochran's career.
It was huge. To have something on the biggest stage for advertising, it meant the world to me. I could try to be cool about it, but I wasn't. I completely lost my mind.
The spot was called A Whale of a Tale. And now, Cochran has one of his own to tell. It began late in 2010 when Bill and his colleagues were asked to dream up another Super Bowl ad. Bill's boss sent out a mass email to 100 or so creatives, spelling out teams that would compete to come up with that one killer idea, like these ads.
On something as juicy as a Super Bowl spot, it gets a little more cutthroat around here. I just saw that list and I was like, okay, we got to get fired up.
This ex-athlete got fired up by putting others down. Writing to his creative partner, Cochran savaged many of their rivals for the gig, his office colleagues, all in ruthless, R-rated language.
There are words you might say in a locker room about another team, and there are words you might say at a press conference. I used locker room words in this email.
What kind of words are we talking about?
I think I said, I'm sick of their so to speak.
Kick their ass?
Oh, yeah, that sounds like something I would say. This wasn't the most thought out email I've ever written in my life.
When you clicked it, did you have any idea that you had done something wrong?
No idea at all. I felt great.
That feeling lasted until his colleague Wendy Mays called to tell him.
I said, oh God, Bill, you sent that to all. You replied to all.
Within moments, there was sort of, you could hear some cackles and prairie dogs and people popping up.
Two buttons, so close to each other, and Cochran had hit reply all.
I just felt like the blood just drifted completely, just came out of my body. Is there something I can do? Is there a way I can I recall this email? Can I get it back?
No, actually.
There was sort of this look between the creatives, like,
and then other emails started to show up. Bing, bing, bing.
a lot of people started replying to all, back to his reply all, saying, you're an idiot.
The most memorable and the most succinct was just a one-word email that just said, moron. I did another reply all that said something to the effect of, oops.
You know, in the history of mistakes, oops has tended to not be a very useful word.
Cochran was thinking about other words, like bye-bye.
And I have just undone what I think is a perfectly good career in one blink.
He'd have company, like this scene in the newsroom when a producer sends an intimate email to her boss and hits reply all.
What just happened?
I got a staff email from you.
Me too.
I sent the email to Sloan. I mean, Will. Oh.
Or the Cornell lovers, whose intimate emails about their extramarital fling, describing spanking, licking, and tickling, were read by their colleagues. The intern at the top legal firm, who accidentally shared with bigwigs that he was doing jack at work. The $300,000 a year UK exec, sacked when he publicly disparaged a job seeker for being too stupid to get a job. Cochran figured he'd be a job seeker himself in a few hours.
I'm gonna get fired for this. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to start over. I have undone all of this in one stupid click.
I think he said something to the effect of, it's been nice knowing you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pack up my cubicle now.
At some places, a guy who did something like that would have been fired.
No, not here. I just don't think anybody comes running to me and says, you should know about the dumb thing that Bill Cochran did. That just, that just never happens here.
Instead, Cochran started doing a smart thing, apologizing.
It starts with, I'm sorry, and then there's several other I'm sorries throughout, and then it probably ends with a sorry.
And he came up with a new concept for that year's Super Bowl spot.
Oh no. Rod, you hit reply all.
a spot called Reply All. And to his amazement,
You know I was wrong. You just sent this email to me. Could you imagine?
the client bought it, and it appeared on the Super Bowl earlier last year.
I mean, lemons into lemonade. My gosh.
Yeah.
Yet even amid this happy ending, Bill Cochran has learned his lesson.
When do you say what's really on your mind?
Just in person.